Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart at Kelly in Vegas on Twitter, joined today by Teddy Covers at Teddy_Covers. And we're going to talk about one of my favorite games this week in the NFL. And side note, 2 and 3 weeks for an entire month. Maybe don't follow Kelly's NFL. Seattle catching 10 at the LA Rams. This Rams team, I played the Saints last week. One of my only winners, was happy to get it done. They had an insane, hard-fought, high-scoring game. Now 1-4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games for the Rams. I'm looking at Seattle here. I know we can't always talk about what we saw last, and maybe there's been some regression in Seattle, but this Seattle Seahawks team has not exactly quit. They didn't look good last week versus the Chargers. So your thoughts on this one?
Sure, it is a fascinating ball game. It is also the mother of all bad spots for the LA Rams. There is no way you're going to see me laying double digits. And we've already seen the markets come in at a lot of books where there's been Seattle money already, and the 10s are mostly wiped out. But I can't lay more than a touchdown with LA in this ballgame. And you talk about spots. All right, this is what happened with the Rams. You know, where they have 3 straight road games, came home for a huge game against the Packers, went on the road and played a huge game against the Saints. Next week, a huge game in Mexico City against Kansas City. I know in between, you know, yeah, it's a divisional game. It's an important game. But in terms of magnitude, this looked like a gas team. The Rams looked like a gas team in the fourth quarter last week. That's, you know, I mean, they rallied back from 21 down on the road in New Orleans. That was impressive. And then they let it get away and couldn't get first downs and looked tired on both sides of the football. So, and you're right. Another thing with the Rams, they haven't been covering numbers. The only game they covered in the last 6 was the 49ers.
Yeah.
You know, where they wouldn't the Niners. That was a bad Niners game.
That was a very bad Niners game. And
Aaron Donald was a dominant force in that ball game, which he kind of was again last week, and he might be here against Seattle if DJ Fluker doesn't play for the Seahawks. That's a big injury and one that concerns me about Seattle for Sunday.
So I saw an interesting stat. Russell Wilson, 3-0, catching more than a TD. Obviously, he doesn't catch a ton of points. Usually, Russell Wilson has shown some moments of greatness this season. I'm looking to back him here. I know we shouldn't talk about what we saw last, but this team did play about a month ago in Seattle, and Seattle played them really tough. We're talking 12th man, home field advantage, all that good stuff. Now, all of a sudden, this is 10 points, Teddy. That's a lot of points here. Am I crazy for rushing to back the Seahawks here?
No, you're not. I mean, again, that's the only way I could look in this game. It's Seahawks or pass. You have a team that looked great early, that has been a point spread nightmare for their backers for more than a month. That's in a major flat spot against a divisional foe. Obviously, you know, this is a Seattle spot. The question is, can you actually get to the window with it? And I do have my concerns about Fluker. The Seahawks' pass defense is still their strength. And one thing we saw in Seattle when they played earlier in the season, the Rams were able to throw the football against that Seattle pass defense. I don't know if the Seahawks are going to be scoring 31 again versus this defense. So it may stay in the lean category for me. But as a concept, it's Seahawks or pass. There's no question about it.
All right, great stuff from Teddy. If we cross 15,000 subscribers by the time Monday Night Football kicks off, we're going to credit each and every one of yours WagerTalks account $15 in wager bucks. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, share, and comment on all of our videos this week.